What it do, YouTube? Is Coffee tapping back in with the news, man. A lot to get to, so getting right to it, man. MGK, right? I guess I didn't even know it's happening. Let me know if you knew that word hit that him and Megan Fox has split up. I know they had been together for a grip, man, but I don't know. Y'all remember there was those pics a little while back with the paparazzi, and I don't know, the vibes just seem to be off, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like, I don't know, the media will just spin BS narratives, but it's seeming like maybe something was really going on. But they do have a baby on the way, so who knows? Maybe they'll reconcile, man. There's nothing like it's happening. Comment, everyone out there. Let me know if you feel me on this, right? Because I got a bro right now. He's got a baby on the way, and dude isn't like a spiritual type individual, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not judging, you know what I'm saying? Not at all. Everyone's on their own journey and whatnot. But I kept telling bro, like, yo, when you have that baby, you know what I'm saying? When you're there with wifey, it's truly a miracle of life, you know, like a larger than life experience. You really just feel everything full circle, and there's just this happiness, this energy in the air, and life makes sense, and it's the happiest you'll ever be. And for MGK and Megan Fox to be split and have a baby on the way, I don't know, you know, like a couple split up all the time that got kids, that's nothing new. But while expecting, that's kind of something a little different, you know what I'm saying? But you see these pics, he threw up, he's got the beard, everyone's like, yo, look, he's looking all depressed and everything, and he's clearly trying to say something with this caption, like, how can sources say when there's no sources have said nothing, or something like that. You know, he's clearly seeming to be heated about things hitting the blogosphere, you know, that old gift and curse of being a celebrity, right? You know, like, you have no privacy, more or less. But it's so wild. A little while back, I forget what exactly came out in the news, but there was some kind of a new report. Oh, he was performing. Y'all remember that? Maybe within the past 6 months or so, and he changed some of the bars in the Rap Devil, the Eminem diss, and people were laughing at MGK as listen, I never quite understood it. A lot of people felt he held his ground against Eminem better than most when it comes to the rap beefs. But then, next thing you know, he picks up the pink guitar and he ain't rapping no more. And no one just wants to take this dude serious as an MC. And I don't blame him at all. I don't get it. Like, I understand artistically people want to dibble and dabble and do different things, but to just turn into the pink guitar guy type dude fully, it was odd. Like, he was ishing on hip-hop, but now he's back at it on his MC-ish, but no one really is flunking with him, right? But some people were saying, yo, look at now, he's sober and miserable or something like that, you know, because that's how he got at M on Rap Devil. He was poking at M with his sobriety, like, yo, you're miserable and sober and everything. And then MGK was in that journey of his life, and then now people, right, get him some clippers. His beard is weird. Another type thing he took a shot at for M in these after breakup pics. He's sporting this depressed beard. I don't know. Comment and let me know what y'all think about it all. Then, in other news, ain't this something? Keefe D gets into a scrap in the Clark County jail, man, while awaiting to face trial for R.I.P. to the GOAT, Tupac, right? For the murder trial, which is set to start in March, just a couple months away. And we don't have video, right? Man, I wonder how much someone will shop this video from the jail. Y'all remember all those videos that were coming out in Chicago? Someone who worked within the facility was definitely leaking them. You see here, TMZ just has some still frames from the scrap where it looks like, I mean, who knows? It's 3 pictures. All you can really see is dude approaching Keefe D, some blows exchanged, and then them on the ground and dudes on top of Keefe D. But man, if someone leaks that video, they're going to see a hefty payday. Ain't that crazy, the way the media works? I wonder. Comment and let me know how much you think they would get paid to leak that, and if you think the footage will indeed come out. But word is they had to get pepper sprayed to stop the fight. A CO had to pepper spray him, and they're talking about Keefe D caught a case, battery on an inmate or by an inmate or something like that. Like, that's wild. But I don't know if it has to do with his custody status or whatever. You know, he's claiming he was just standing his ground, but I don't know. I don't know if he's been in PC or just been in general population most of the time. Like, if he just stepped into PC and this happened, or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just like when Eric Holder got touched behind the wall by, I think it was a Southsider, right? Wasn't that what the word was? Like, it took a minute, but it happened. Is that the same situation with Keefe D, that he's been kept away, and the moment some people get around him, you know, they get active on him, or what? I don't know. But seems he caught some kind of new case. See, I mean, that's what it sounds like to me, right? He's now charged with battery by an inmate or on an inmate or something like that. Whenever I've been locked up in a county jail, you just go to double lock or punitive segregation or the hole or whatever the facility calls it. You know what I'm saying? And then this is kind of wild, man. N.O.R.E, Drink Champs, comment where you rate Drink Champs on hip hop podcasts. I feel like, of course, this is a dope podcast, right? But I feel like when it first jumped off, it was better. Like, that it's got a little bit watered down. I don't know. There was a lot of people that seemingly lost respect for N.O.R.E. If you guys recall, back when there was the controversy between DJ Vlad TV, and the Honorable Minister Farrakhan, and, you know, him and Lord Jamar fell out. Lord Jamar left Vlad TV, which, did y'all see everything that's going on with Lord Jamar as of late? It's so wild. Who would ever think Lord Jamar would have endorsed Trump? Lord Jamar would have dissed Kendrick the way he did. Lord Jamar would be looking goofy with this flat earth-ish. Like, him and Godfrey done fell out. Like, I don't know, man. Lord Jamar just seemingly is looking goofy out here. Like, let's just keep it a buck, man. But if you guys recall, Nore told Vlad, yo, anything from your channel, I'm telling you to take it down. Nore never did, right? Then, within the past year or so, that was a few years ago, I want to say 2020, 2021, that happened, when the controversy with Minister Farrakhan was going on, and Nore said that, and Vlad was like, yo, fuck it, I'm keeping him up anyways. And then he appears on Drink Champs, and it seems like they squashed the issue. I felt like a lot of people lost respect for Nore over that. But he spoke in depth with Vibe just recently, talking about being the media / hip hop media, but also an MC that people flock with. You know what I'm saying? It's like, Nore's music to me is dope. Obviously, he slowed down. He didn't continually make music, but back late 90s, you know, CNN, and then obviously his solo stuff, the N.O.R.E project, Super Thug, all that, like, it was fire. You know what I'm saying? Melvin Flint. If you ask Nore, he said it was a half-ass album, and that his pops just died. R.I.P. You know, to his pops. But I flocked with his music. He just slowed down as far as dropping it, you know. But it's clear to see on the podcast side of things, the personality that Nore has, and the vibe and rapport that he has with a lot of MCs, that MCs respect him. And he was talking about, you know, Jay-Z being the biggest star, obviously, but it's like, he'll never sit down with him, that they'll sit there and talk and text, and, you know, he'll still always turn down the invite. And he'll be like, man, like, he says, Jay-Z will talk to me about the show, and we would talk for hours, and we speak on the phone, we text most of the time. And then he said, and he'll tell me everything about the show, and then say to me, well, I don't feel like dealing with the media now. And Nore said, he's like, I'm the media? All these texts, and I'm still the media? And, you know, he went on to say, like, he gets it. That's wild though, that to know that Jay won't appear on there, but he definitely seemingly is watching it on a regular. I comment who else you'd like to see on there. I definitely like to see Jay. I'd like to see Eminem. It's so wild. Jay-Z and Eminem are both similar in that way that they don't really do interviews like that. You know what I'm saying? And when they do, they typically keep it in-house. But who else was he talking about? Oh yeah, but he said jokingly, he says, when you're behind that mic, you're the media. And I'm like, he's right. Because as much as we're friends and we have a good relationship, I do have a job and responsibility when he sits down with me. And I will wipe out the friendship for that hour because I want to ask the questions that the people want to know, you know, in regards to this whole thing with Jay-Z. Then he went on to talk about Nas, right? Obviously, we know they're both from Queens. They had beef at one point. They squashed it. But he said, Nas is my friend. I love Nas to death. So it's hard to ask a friend for a favor because you don't want to come across like you're using your friendship as leverage. Because I guess Nas said to him, yo, like, why you ain't never invite me? And he was saying, I didn't really know how to. You know, it was awkward. But Nas ended up beating him to the punch. He was like, yo, you're not going to ask me to get on the show? And I was like, yo, bro, I didn't know how to ask. But they ended up agreeing. Nas flies to Miami to do the episode. There's some kind of scheduling mix up, right? So he's standing outside of an empty office. And Nore said it was amazing that I was like, damn, and we couldn't pull it together. Determined to make it happen, Nore and the team then, you know, did it in New York in front of a live audience. Anyways, comment if the Nas episode, what you thought about it. Obviously, he got into talking about the Kanye episode, which was so controversial. That was right when things really started going left for Kanye. And obviously, I believe that episode was just pulled down and Kanye was heated about it. But he says he called me on a Wednesday at 12 a.m., which I'm always in bed. I'm old at heart. Yo, the older you get, you got to get that rest. Y'all feel me on that? But he says, I'm always in bed at 8, 10. If I'm outside at 11, something's wrong or I'm getting paid. But he called me at 12 and said, can we do the interview tomorrow at 7 in the morning? I said, yes. Not calling the crew, not calling EFN, not calling nobody. I just said yes, knowing I wasn't ready. But I was just like, yo, when Kanye calls, you got to show up to the show, right? He says Kanye ended up landing at 6 a.m. and was so ill with it, he stayed at McDonald's until we got there. He flew in on a private jet and went to Mickey D's. That's legendary itself. And he said, that's when I had to learn, especially with Kanye. Every time he spoke about anybody, I laughed a little bit. These people were mad at me. They texted me, they called me, they showed me the pictures, they showed me the videos. And since that episode, I do not laugh when a person laughs at someone or makes jokes with someone. So it seems he definitely has had a lot of smoke and fallout with individuals behind stuff on the show, you know, like, because I feel people though, like, not to be petty, but if someone's laughing about something, it makes them feel like they're laughing at you, you know. It's like, it's just serious. I ain't a motherfucking joke, you know what I'm saying? But they also asked him about the show being Drink Champs, who really drank the most, right? He said T-Pain drank the most tequila I've ever seen in a sitting. Even when I yelled cut, he finished another one. Most of the time when we yell cut, I say bye to the artist, but T-Pain stood there and I just wanted to make things even crazier. Pain didn't stop when the cameras did. He ordered another bottle after the show and then another bottle, and he drank all three Michael Jordan Sincoro tequilas by himself, the whole bottle. If you ever see T-Pain out drinking, get away from him. He's serious. He's not to be played with. And if y'all remember The Dream, they were saying he was blowing down lines when he was on there, man. But he also went on to say, as long as we maintain friendships are important in this world. Everybody's got kids. Everybody is growing up. Hip hop is grown now. So for Nore, even if Jay-Z never steps into the Drink Champs hot seat, the respect they have for one another, which remains mutual. And if he ever does join the two hosts, N.O.R.E says the only logical next guest would be Barack Obama. So I don't know.